Welcome to Vintage Touch, where we explore the soul of design. Today, we step into a breathtaking English countryside cottage that perfectly marries weathered stone with historic timber. As we cross the threshold, notice how the architecture immediately signals a sense of quiet, enduring history. Our goal today is to break down the elements that make this space feel so remarkably warm and intentional. We will examine how natural textures, deliberate lighting, and period-appropriate styling come together to form a sanctuary that feels both classic and deeply comfortable for modern living. If you appreciate the art of timeless design and want to learn how to infuse more soul into your own home, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment below letting us know which design detail captures your heart today. The entrance hallway sets the educational tone for our tour, showcasing how to balance utility with aesthetic grace. Observe the deliberate choice of materials here. The rough-hewn stone walls are complemented by a polished wooden console, creating a balanced dialogue between raw nature and refined craftsmanship. When styling an entryway in a stone cottage, it is vital to avoid overcrowding the space. By selecting one or two significant vintage pieces, such as a weathered antique mirror or a handcrafted wooden stool, you maintain the architectural integrity of the stone walls while adding a layer of personality. Notice how the lighting is positioned to highlight the natural irregularities of the stone. Using soft, warm-toned wall sconces effectively draws attention to the texture of the masonry, ensuring the hallway feels welcoming rather than cold, even during the transition from the bright outdoors into the home. In the living room, our goal is to soften the inherent hardness of the stone architecture with layers of comfort. We achieve this by focusing on upholstery and fabric choices. Think oversized linen sofas draped with wool throws, which immediately invite you to sit and linger for a while. Educational design in this space requires balancing scale. Because the stone walls are visually dominant, we balance them with larger, softer furniture pieces that absorb light and sound. By placing an area rug under the seating, we define a haven within the larger open-plan layout of the cottage. Notice the color palette here. It is kept neutral and earth tone to mirror the surrounding English countryside. By avoiding overly bright colors, we allow the natural textures of the room, the grain of the wooden beams and the veins in the stone, to remain the focal points of the aesthetic. The fireplace is truly the soul of any stone cottage, serving as both a functional heat source and an architectural centerpiece. When styling a hearth, we aim to complement the raw masonry without cluttering the visual field, ensuring the stone remains the protagonist of the living room narrative. For an educational perspective, consider the rule of 3 when placing decor on your mantel: a tall object, a medium-sized decorative item, and something with horizontal volume. This arrangement creates a balanced aesthetic that feels collected over time rather than styled by a designer, preserving the room's authentic charm. Notice how we incorporate natural elements like dried botanicals or brass candlesticks to warm up the gray tones of the stone. This combination of metallic shine and organic matter creates a sophisticated contrast, effectively bridging the gap between historical structural bones and modern, comfortable interior living. In any classic stone cottage, the overhead structure provides a narrative of history and craftsmanship. These exposed wood beams are not merely functional supports. They act as a rhythmic visual guide that draws the eye across the expanse of the room, grounding the space with their deep, earthy presence. From an educational design standpoint, it is important to let these beams breathe by keeping the ceiling surfaces between them neutral or light in tone. This contrast highlights the organic grain and texture of the timber, making the ceiling feel higher and more majestic while enhancing the room's overall sense of scale. We often find that incorporating subtle, warm spectrum lighting aimed upward at the timber can amplify the depth of the wood grain. This technique emphasizes the authentic craftsmanship of the cottage, reminding us that every knot and imperfection in these beams is a testament to the home's long-standing character and soul. The kitchen represents the ultimate fusion of utility and beauty, where we prioritize authentic materials that age gracefully over time. In a classic stone cottage, we often favor shaker-style cabinetry, which provides a clean, timeless silhouette that respects the rugged surrounding masonry without competing for attention. For an educational focus, observe the material interplay on the countertops. We utilize materials like honed soapstone or natural wood, which develop a unique patina through daily use. These surfaces are not just functional, they provide a tactile experience that connects the home cook directly to the natural world. Lighting in the kitchen is layered to ensure both safety and atmosphere. We incorporate task-focused pendant lights above the prep areas, softened by a warm, ambient glow from under-cabinet lighting. The dining room is designed as a sanctuary for conversation and connection, centering around a robust, reclaimed wood table. In this cottage, we choose a heavy farmhouse-style table because it anchors the room, offering a sturdy, grounded surface that celebrates the beauty of natural timber and artisanal joinery. For an educational approach to styling, consider the seating arrangement. Mixing mismatched vintage chairs around the table adds a layer of curated personality and history. This design choice prevents the room from feeling too formal or stagnant, encouraging a more relaxed, lived-in atmosphere that is essential to the English cottage aesthetic. Lighting plays a critical role here. We position a statement chandelier or a cluster of lanterns directly above the table to create a focal point. This draws the eye downward, creating an intimate room within a room that feels exceptionally cozy and romantic, especially when the evening light begins to fade. Every romantic cottage deserves a dedicated space for quiet reflection, and a reading nook is the perfect way to utilize an awkward architectural corner. By tucking a comfortable, high-backed armchair into a niche, we create an intimate retreat that feels like a private escape from the rest of the home. For an educational styling tip, ensure your reading nook is layered with sensory comforts: a soft wool throw, a small side table for a cup of tea, and most importantly, adjustable task lighting. We often anchor these nooks with a small rug or a textured wall treatment, such as vintage wallpaper or rustic wood paneling, to visually separate the space. This subtle framing creates a sense of boundary, helping the inhabitant feel cocooned and secure while they engage with their favorite book. The bedroom should be the ultimate expression of the cottage's romantic, restorative nature. To achieve this, we focus on deep layering, start with crisp, high-quality linen bedding, then add texture through chunky knit blankets, velvet cushions, and an antique quilt that brings a sense of family history to the space. From a design perspective, the bed serves as the room's primary anchor. We frame it with a headboard, perhaps reclaimed wood or a wrought iron piece, to create a visual boundary that separates the sleep zone from the rest of the bedroom's activities, helping to cultivate a calm, uncluttered atmosphere. Lighting in the bedroom must be soft and diffused to encourage relaxation. We avoid harsh overhead lights in favor of dimmable bedside lamps with fabric shades, which create a gentle glow that highlights the natural beauty of the stone walls without being overwhelming. This creates the perfect environment for unwinding at the end of the day. The true magic of an English cottage lies in how seamlessly the interior transitions into the garden. To achieve this flow, we use large, multi-paned windows or French doors that act as a living frame, bringing the lush colors of the outdoors inside and turning the garden into a dynamic piece of wall art. Educational design teaches us to mirror the outdoor palette within the home to create visual harmony. By bringing in elements like potted herbs, natural stone pavers that continue from the patio to the entryway, or floral botanical prints on curtains, we bridge the gap between the man-made structure and the natural world. Notice how the lighting changes near the windows. By keeping the area around these openings relatively clear of heavy furniture, we maximize natural light. This ensures that even on overcast days, the cottage feels connected to the landscape, creating a bright, airy energy that enhances the rustic stone and wood textures. The true soul of our cottage decor emerges through the careful selection of small, textural accents that tell a story. We prioritize items that feel found or inherited, such as weathered terracotta pots, tarnished brass trays, or hand-woven baskets, which add layers of patina and history to every room. For an educational styling approach, remember that variety is key. Contrast smooth surfaces like polished marble or glass with rough textures like frayed linen, jute, or raw wood. By intentionally placing these curated treasures, you create moments throughout the house, a beautifully styled tabletop or a bookshelf arrangement, that reward the eye for closer inspection. These subtle decorative touches breathe life into the architecture, transforming a mere house of stone and wood into a genuine, warm, and soulful home. As we conclude our tour, I hope this journey through stone and wood has inspired you to view your own home as a canvas for storytelling. The beauty of this design lies not in perfection, but in the layers of history, the warmth of natural materials, and the intention behind every carefully chosen piece. Remember that creating a vintage touch is a slow, rewarding process that evolves over time as you collect items that resonate with your soul. Whether you are starting with a single stone accent or reimagining an entire room, trust your instincts and lean into the textures that make you feel most at peace. Thank you so much for joining us in this beautiful cottage today. If you found these design tips helpful for your own home journey, please subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and share your favorite design element in the comments below. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.